Hello, welcome to the Soccer Arena. This is part two of Marcus Rashford is the best striker in the Premier League. This is part two of Marcus Rashford is the best striker in the Premier League. Listen, when I'm doing, what's it called again? The Soccer Arena. When I'm doing the Soccer Arena, and the motto is football has never been better. When I'm doing the Soccer Arena, don't call me Pastor Jimba Alex on the Soccer Arena. I'm not Pastor Jimba Alex on the Soccer Arena. My name on the Soccer Arena is Alexander Ojimba. They know me in school as Alexander Ojimba. They know me at the workplace as Alexander Ojimba. When I'm preaching, you can call me Pastor Ojimba Alex. But when I'm doing the Soccer Arena, please, my name is Alexander Ojimba. Today's topic is Marcus Rashford is the best striker in the Premier League. Okay. I want to say that the Premier League has seen great players like Gary Lineker. Yeah, Gary Lineker today is the presenter for the football program called The Match of the Day. But what I'm trying to say is England have never had better strikers than Gary Lineker. I mean, Gary Lineker was the highest goal scorer in Mexico 1986. And I put Gary Lineker on this program. Marcus Rashford is the best England striker because I rate Gary Lineker so highly. I rate him so highly. And I want to say that Marcus Rashford can become as good as well. So Gary Lineker being one of the best strikers that the Premier League has ever seen, Marcus Rashford can get there also. So Gary Lineker has inspired a lot of strikers in England and in Japan and in Spain. He played for Barcelona in world football. He played for Grampus 8 in Japan. And I'm saying also that the Premier League has seen great strikers as well. Like Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer today is a pundit on Match of the Day also. And when I listen to Alan Shearer, I like listening to Alan Shearer because he's a good analyst. He talks with experience and he knows a good striker when he sees a good striker. But what I'm saying is these strikers don't have nothing over Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford can be as good as any striker England has ever had, and even better. Who can forget the great Les Ferdinand? We're talking about QPR, Queen's Park Rangers at their best. We're talking about Newcastle United at their best. We're talking about linking up with Alan Shearer himself and scoring goals for fun. We're talking about playing with the great Tino Asprilla. We're talking about playing with Peter Beardsley. We're talking about playing under Graham Taylor. They don't come better than Les Ferdinand. But I'm also here to say that Marcus Rashford can get there also. Because I see the reason why I'm talking about Marcus Rashford being the best striker, current striker in the Premier League is because I see a lot of potential in this young man. Marcus Rashford is the truth. He's a great footballer. The Premier League hasn't really seen too many better strikers than Ian Wright. For me, Ian Wright is a striker that was ahead of his time. Ian Wright is the second highest goal scorer for Arsenal after Thierry Henry. And I believe Ian Wright should have had more caps for England. But why he didn't have more caps for England, I'm not in a position to talk about that. But I'm also here to say that Marcus Rashford is the future. Man United Stadium is called the Old Trafford, and it's the theatre of dreams. Now, 21 years old and being the number one striker for Man United, it speaks volumes. It says something about this young man playing for England at the age of 20, 21. It says something about this young man. So with the right encouragement, Marcus Rashford has definitely got the right pedigree to be the best striker England's ever had, and he is currently England's best striker. He's an out-and-out striker. Raheem Sterling is not a natural striker. He's a good forward, attacking player, but he's not a natural striker. Marcus Rashford is a natural striker that is very direct. And I like the way Marcus Rashford plays his game. The Premier League hasn't really seen better strikers than the great Michael Owen. I think Michael Owen played for Liverpool at the age of 16. Players like Robbie Fowler were there. I think Ian Rush had retired at that time. But Michael Owen, when he came on the scene, he is what you call a goal machine. The Michael Owen we saw at Newcastle is already gone past his best. Michael Owen won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, because he played for Real Madrid also. I think he's one of England's highest goal scorers of all time. But I'm saying Marcus Rashford, with the right encouragement, he can get there also. Yeah. Not too many players of the youngsters of today. That's why I created this show called The Soccer Arena. Yeah. I created this show called The Soccer Arena. Football has never been better. I created this show for a reason. And one of the reasons why I created this show is like a lot of the football viewers today around the world, or a lot of the football spectators around the world today, they don't know about football from like 20 years ago or 25 years ago. So I'm here to bring back history. I'm here to revive your memory. And strikers don't come better than the mercurial Faustino Asprilla, the Colombian great. They've had players like Rincon and Valderrama, but strikers don't come better than Faustino Asprilla. He was bought from Parma, where in Italy, where he used to play with Zola. But he was an incredible force in the Premier League, scored X amount of goals, and incredible goals. Faustino Asprilla played with Peter Beardsley, got skill, can check, scores goals for does the acrobats. But I'm saying Marcus Rashford can be just as good. You want to talk about the legendary Andrew Cole? You want to talk about the legendary Andrew Cole? Andrew Cole was a player that came from Arsenal's youth team. I think by the age of 19, Andrew Cole, or 18, he's already played for Arsenal's first team. He had one or two problems, and then from there, Andrew Cole went to Bristol City. I can remember, I'm talking about, so this is like some 17 years ago, probably 20 years ago. He went to Bristol City, scored a lot of goals. He was too good for that league. Then from Bristol City, Andrew Cole went to, I think he went to Newcastle United. Was it Newcastle United? A legend. Man United, he won the European Cup Champions League, almost single-handedly. Andrew Cole, the legend. Could have got more caps for England also. But for whatever reason, man, when I take off my hat to Andrew Cole, no. Andrew Cole's a wonderful striker. Goal! Goal! You understand? Goal! I take off my, Andrew Cole. Cole! Yeah. Oh, Andrew Cole. Yeah. I heard Andrew Cole's got some sicknesses or whatever, but I'll pray for you, Andrew Cole, that you will get better, because you made a lot of football viewers very happy. Andrew Cole! Oh, cool. Oh. But I'm here to say that Marcus Rashford can get there. These are strikers you have to look at and watch and become better yourself. Who could ever forget? This man needs no introduction. The great Dwight, oh my God, the great Dwight York. Let me tell you a story about Dwight York that you don't know. Dwight York is one of the best strikers in the world, but I'll tell you a story about Dwight York. Dwight York came into the Premier League not because he was born in England, or not because he played football in England as a youth. No. Dwight York came into the Premier League because I think Aston Villa was on a tour in the Caribbean, in Trinidad somewhere, and they were playing against a team in Trinidad, and Dwight York was too good for Manchester United. So Manchester United had so many great players in their team. Maybe they had Paul Scholes, maybe they had Les Ferdinand, maybe they had Gary Neville. And at the end of that friendly match in Trinidad, they went back to Trinidad to go and buy Dwight York. This is one of the greatest strikers the Premier League has ever seen. Aston Villa, unplayable. I think two of the best ever Aston Villa players out in my books would be Ashley Young and Dwight York. But I will put Dwight York ahead of Ashley Young. Dwight York is something different, totally special. Almost won the Champions League single-handedly for Man United in 1999. Great goal, diving headers, overhead kicks everywhere. Dwight York, the great Dwight York. Yeah. And because the topic for today is Marcus Rashford is the best English striker in the Premier League. This is another player that needs no introduction. Thierry Henry. I remember when Thierry Henry came to England, he came from Juventus because Thierry Henry almost played. He played for Monaco at first, and then he went to Juventus, and he had problems at Juventus. They were playing him on the left, and then Arsene Wenger brought him to Arsenal, played him on the left, and then he turned him into a striker. Thierry Henry never looked back ever again. Probably the greatest striker the Premier League's ever had. Not even probably the greatest striker. Definitely the best striker the Premier League's ever had. World Cup winner. FA Cup winner. Premier League so many times. I don't need to talk about Thierry Henry. We all know. Arsenal's highest goal scorer. But Marcus Rashford can get there as well. You got Harry Kane. Another good English striker. Currently scoring goals, scoring a lot of penalties. Yeah, he's scoring a lot of penalties. I think, I could be wrong here, but I think Harry Kane once played for, is it Millwall? Okay, he once played for Millwall, and then there was Emmanuel Adebayo scoring a lot of goals for Tottenham, and then he got his chance. Good goal scorer, Harry Kane, good goal scorer, good English striker. Not too much pace. He doesn't have speed. Doesn't have too much speed, but got good eye for goal. So I think at the moment he's battling it out with Marcus Rashford. But for me, Marcus Rashford is the best striker in the Premier League. There's Raheem Sterling as well. A good English striker. But for me, I could be wrong. I see Raheem Sterling as a winger. Yeah, because he's probably the fastest player in the England national team. I watched Nigeria versus England live, and I've never seen someone so quick in my life. I played with a player in Nigeria. He used to go to my school. His name was Ngozi Ochoma. Ngozi Ochoma was very fast. He used to play on the wing, but man, not as fast as Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling got to be the fastest player I've ever seen, and that's credit to him. But is he a natural goal scorer? Time will tell. Good player, but I prefer Marcus Rashford as a striker. Wayne Rooney, a player that needs no introduction. Probably the greatest English striker of all time. Mbappe, World Cup winner. I think Marcus Rashford and Mbappe will become rivals at some point, because for me, they're just as good as each other. One plays for the Les Blues of the French national team, and one plays for the England national team. Mbappe is an incredible player, probably the best young striker in the world, but I'm just here to say that Marcus Rashford can get there. Marcus Rashford is the best striker in the Premier League, and I rest my case. You've been watching the soccer arena, and it says, football has never been any better. You've been watching the soccer arena, and I just want to say, keep on watching, like my videos, and share my videos. We love football. 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 That's it.